Wonderful. So what's next on your horizon? What are the big plans that you have for yourself and for the business?
World domination. um, 2020, as challenging as it was, there were also a lot of gifts. As I mentioned before, companies are now recognizing that their legacy ways and the status quo of fostering these meaningful connections simply isn't working. And people are demanding and expecting more, which is amazing. I love seeing the way in which employees are feeling empowered to ask for what they want, and companies are being held to task to deliver upon that. So we're anticipating a very active 2021 as those market shifts remain sustainable and become permanent fixtures. So more companies wanting to increase their mentorship activities, increase their employee engagement and retention, and really show that they've been listening to their employees for the entire year and really showing that they value their employees and value their development through creating more meaningful connections that increase productivity, increase retention, leadership development, and more. So we're really looking forward to that. We're also exploring channel partnerships with organizations that have a similar ethos alignment so that the rising tide can lift all boats. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this new crop of chief diversity officers and this focus on DEI goes within 2021. It doesn't feel like it's a trend. I think that this will become a permanent fixture where these leaders who have also been the first in many cases, the first to really promote diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, see what happens when companies are focusing on them and actually giving them a connection to P&L and giving them a larger budget to do the work that is so critical. I'm excited to see what happens there, because I think that now that companies are spending the money on diversity, equity, and inclusion and employee retention and engagement, we'll see a new crop of leaders that just skyrocket through that advocacy and those opportunities.
Wonderful. And the leadership in those companies is incredibly important to continue to do that DEI work. So
yes,
hopefully you can be part of leading that change and helping people to see that it can be done.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good. So we mentioned that you were in the first class of Mass Challenge, which again, congratulations on that. That was exciting for you and for the company. But you came to Austin for Mass Challenge and you decided to stay. So I always like to end this with, why did you choose Austin?
Yeah, so you're completely right. I came to Austin. I was only supposed to be here for 4 months for the Mass Challenge Accelerator, but I fell in love with the city. This was my second time being in Austin, the first being South by Southwest the previous year. And so really getting to see the city when it's not in conference mode was what changed my perception of Austin for me, because there's this combination of drive, ambition, creativity, while also maintaining a level of authenticity and human connection that I hadn't seen before. And that's very much the way in which I just naturally operate. So I felt as though there was this deep connection and this ethos alignment with the culture of the city overall. And just getting to know my fellow cohort members in Mass Challenge and the mentors and advisors through the program, it just became very clear that Austin is a place where creativity is rewarded and collaboration is suggested, and there was a clear path to building the business, growing as a founder, while also leaving a greater amount of impact on the markets in which we wanted to serve.
Wonderful. Well, I'm so glad you moved to Austin and so glad that I had the opportunity to meet you several years ago.
Thank you, Amber.
You have a wonderful day.